Hi guys. 3D fashion designing softwares are springing up in recent times. Before there used to be quite a few. If you do not know what 3D fashion design is, in simple terms, it is the ability for you to create CAD patterns and then see them in 3D form, see them come to life on virtual models. So there are a lot of softwares now, today, that you can do 2D and then you actually see those patterns in 3D form. In this video, I'm going to be bringing to your attention 12 3D fashion designing softwares that you need to know. Some of them you may be aware of, some might be new to you, and some I just discovered. So stay tuned and let us start with number 1. My number 1 is Style 3D. If you've not heard of Style 3D, you're not alone because I recently just discovered this, but apparently it has been around for some time. This is a digital garment modeling software called Style 3D Studio. The amazing thing is that Style 3D, this is not just their only product. If you go to product, you see that they have several. They have Style 3D Fabric, they have Style 3D Mix and Match, they have Style 3D Atelier, where you do digital garment modeling. They have Style 3D AI. But since I'm talking about 3D um, fashion designing softwares, I want to talk about their Style 3D Studio. So we are right now in their Style 3D Studio. If you scroll down, you see what you can do with it. You can create garments and actually visualize it as you're creating it. You can simulate the garments, as you can see, simulate it. You can use your pen to draw anything you adjust, you can actually see it live happening. So it's used for 3D visualization of fabrics, patterns, elevators. And the good thing is that it's real time. You see it real time. That is, it's so amazing and so interesting. You see it real time. You know, you have AI powered um, garments and elevators. You can utilize AI tools to recreate models the way you want. You can change their color, change their size, put in different kinds of hair, change their expressions. I'm going to do a dedicated video on this, but this is just to introduce you to 12 3D fashion designing softwares that you should be aware of. So, Star 3D is really fascinating. You can do a lot of garment simulation. You can also collaborate with other softwares. You can collaborate with, vStitcher. You can collaborate with any kind of other 3D softwares. That means you can create your pattern, take it to another software, simulate it there, do all kinds of things. So there's a means to collaborate across different softwares. That is particularly interesting, especially for business owners. You know, there's so much here. So check this out. This is my number 1. And down you can actually know how to download. You apply for a trial. I think their trial is 30 days. It's very, very wonderful. Then you can check the hardware configuration. If you click on the hardware configuration right here, it tells you what you need. If you have a Windows 10 and Windows 11, you can use the software. And then if you want to look at their manuals, if you want to read everything about it, this is their manual online. And you can get there by clicking, just by clicking user manual, it takes you here where you can, they tell you how to do everything. If you click here, it takes you step by step how you can download and install this particular style 3D studio. So that's my number one. Let's go to number two. Number two is Audaces Fashion Studio. This particular one was free for some time, for quite a long time. And a lot of people were able to actually use it to learn how to develop 3D fashion design. For me, Audaces Fashion Studio is probably the most easy 3D fashion design software that you can actually use to learn as a beginner. If you actually want to learn how to design your styles in 3D and then actually get patterns that you can download and sew what you have designed on an elevator that is your size. You can even create your size, how to create your 3D elevator. You can upload it onto this Audaces and then you design on your body shape or on your customer's body shape. And you can actually get the patterns, download it, and sew what you have designed. That is Audaces for you. Audaces Fashion Studio, Audaces doesn't just have only a fashion studio. It has a lot of products. If you go to their products, see all the products they have. They have a lot. Even how to digitize manual patterns, they have it. They have an online CAD pattern drafting software. They have a lot. They have a marker maker. They have a lot in Audaces. But this video is all about 3D fashion drafting software or 3D pattern drafting softwares. So go ahead and try Audaces if you want to actually know step by step how to use Audaces Fashion Studio, or if you have the desire to learn 3D fashion designing. I have a dedicated playlist. This is my YouTube channel. I have a dedicated playlist here on Audaces Fashion Studio. I think I have about 12 videos here. So you can take your time and check it out. I will link the playlist under this video. You can check it out. I even showed you how you can create a 3D version of yourself so that you get your exact figure and size, and how you can upload it on Audaces Fashion Studio. I'll also upload or put the link of that video below this video. So go ahead and check Audaces Fashion Studio out and see if it is something that you will love to learn. They even have a video here that can show you how that works. You can go ahead and check it out. So this is my number two, Audaces Fashion Studio. Let's go to number three. Number three is Style 3D Assist. This is different from Style 3D, really. Star 3D is owned by a Chinese company. Star 3D Assist is owned by a German company. So this is another 3D fashion styling or fashion designing, 3D fashion designing software. And they do have a lot. They have a collaboration platform. They have 3D plus AI. That is from idea to your e-commerce store. You can watch their videos here. They are short videos. This 42 seconds video where you can see how that works. They have a fabric movement or fabric simulation. You can upload the fabric and see how it moves. That will help you to know the particular style to use the fabric to do. They have a 3D design production ready. Let us play this and see exactly what. So you can see that as you design it on the 2D pattern space, you can see that the design happens also live on the 3D space. So that's it. And once you're done with it, you can move it to their pattern designing software, which they also have, and then you can grade it. So this is really interesting. Something for you to check out. They have a lot here. They also have a mix and match style. That is, you can mix different styles also and see the way it looks. You can mix different styles and see how your style will look. Another thing they have that I will just mention here, but this is not part of the video, is that they have an AI try-on. They have an AI try-on, you can try on different kinds of materials, different kinds of dresses to see what it looks like. So that's it on this number three, Style 3D Assist. You can go ahead and check it out. Let's go quickly to number four because I have 12 to list here. Let's go quickly to number four. Now, Chloe is my number four fashion designing software. Chloe is 3D. Chloe is very popular. If you've not heard of Chloe, well, maybe you're not in the fashion world, but Chloe is very popular. They are one of the, I think, fastest growing 3D fashion designing software. I've always been intimidated by Chloe, to tell you the truth. But if you want to learn 3D fashion design, you can also try Chloe. But one of my other disadvantages of Chloe is that their subscription is very, very high. I think it's about $50 a month. You can look at it. This is their pricing. You can go look at it. I think their pricing is they have for students $25. Okay, for students. Tax is not included though. And then you have 50 for individual. And tax is not also included. So it might be more than that if you want to pay for it. So it's rather for me on the high side. Depends on you. If you really want to know how Clo works, you can always try Style 3D, the very first one I mentioned, because is I think their system is almost like Clo. So you could try that and see how that works for you. So that's it. That's my number four, Clo. There are a lot of videos in YouTube on how you can use Clo, so you can just check it out. You can check it out. I think this is their YouTube channel too. You can also check it out. This is their Clo YouTube channel. They talk a lot about their updates and how to use Clo for 3D pattern simulation. So you can also check it out. So that is my number. So that is my number four. So go check Clo out and see if that is okay for you. Number five is Marvelous Designer. Marvelous Designer is another very popular 2D, 3D pattern or the fashion designing software. And over the years, they really improved. Every year they improve on the last one. You cannot check out their manuals. They have a very detailed manual. So Marvelous Designer is something that you can also check out because there are also a lot of videos online on how you can learn how to use this 3D, 2D pattern or the fashion designing software. If you check out their YouTube channel, you can see a lot of videos that shows you how you can do all their simulations, you know, show you all their advance in their systems. They have really come a long way. Every year they improve on something. So Marvelous Design is my number five 3D pattern designing or pattern. So that is something you can actually go ahead and find out how to use. I think they have, let me see their pricing for Marvelous Designer. Okay, they have. annually, 280 per year, then that is quite expensive for a month because a year is normally less. There's always a 40, is about 40% less of what the monthly charges are. So that's just my problem. All these 3D fashion designing softwares, they do have expensive subscriptions. Except the first one. The first one, the Start 2D for now is not so expensive. And moreover, you can use it for free for about 30 days or so. So you can always try that and learn it because most of them have similar processes of doing these 3D simulations. So you can try that. So that's my number five. Let's go quickly to number six. Browzwear is also another common one that you can use to learn 3D fashion designing and 3D pattern simulation. With Browzwear, you can create anything you want, you can validate, you can communicate, you can sell, you can do collaborations too with Browzwear. You can create wonderful tech packs in a very easy way. As I said, Browzwear is one of those popular 3D, 2D fashion designing softwares. And it's very good for most of these big fashion business houses. So check out Browzwear. Browzwear is also like Low 3D. There are a lot of videos in YouTube that you can learn. You can even go to their dedicated site. Now, one good thing about Browzwear is that they also have a Browzwear University. I have a video where I talked about six websites that you can learn CAD pattern drafting. And I think I mentioned extensively, talked about Browzwear University extensively in that video. I'm going to link that video right here and also below this video. So you can go ahead and check out the Browzwear University where you will learn a lot about Browzwear. So that's my number six. Let's go to number seven. Now, number seven is a part of Browzwear. In fact, I'm going to be talking about number seven, eight, and nine. Number seven is Face Teacher from Browzwear. Face Teacher, they have a dedicated academy where they teach you how to use Face Teacher. It's very amazing. So you can check that out. As I said, I will make sure that I put the link to that video where I introduced you to the Browzwear University. It's really quite interesting. You can learn a lot. There are a lot of videos there for you to learn how to do what they're showing you here. So if you're really interested in this, that is where you can start because you learn a lot. And the academy is free. You don't pay anything. So you can learn quite a lot from that. So you can go ahead and check that out. That's my number seven, even though it's a part of Browzwear, but I see it as my number seven. And number eight is also a part of Browzwear, but this is more or less like a cloud-based collaboration platform called Style Zone, Browzwear Style Zone, where you can collaborate with other people. You can have true to life visualization of all your patterns. You can discuss about it. You can change the styles. So this is a platform you can use also for 3D fashion design, but collaborating with your teams. This is something that is very important, especially if you have a huge team and you have people living in different countries that you want to work with and talk about. So this is a good thing to look at, this Browzwear Style Zone. And then number nine is the Browzwear Loader. Browzwear Loader is also a 3D styling solution that you can also check out. It's really, really versatile. I don't know much about this, but it looks as if you can use it mostly for sportswear. I think so. I'm not so sure. Maybe if you know about it, you can drop your comments. Have you used it before? Do you know what you can use it for? But from what I'm seeing, I don't think it's strictly for sportswear. Maybe it's for other things. I've never used it, but I know it is part of Browzwear Luther. So check it out. It also looks very fascinating and interesting. You can check it out and see what you can do with it. This is my number 9, Browzwear Luther. So let's go quickly to number 10. My number 10 is Optitex 3D fashion designing software. Optitex is almost like, well, I say, marvelous designer, and essentially is the same thing. You can do a lot with Optitex. You can do pattern drafting, 2D pattern drafting. You can do 2D pattern grading, and you can also do rendering. You can do marker making with Optitex. You can do accurate fabric simulation, so you can view the precise fabric simulation with Optitex. You can do photorealistic rendering, and you can also do colorways and print placement. That means you can change the styles of the print with different colors. You can mix different color prints. That is colorways. A lot of these new 3D fashion designing softwares now have these colorways where you can change the pattern of the print you want to use on your virtual 3D models to simulate your pattern styles. So that is Optitex for you. You can go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and check it out. Multi-stitch tool, which is also common with other 3D fashion designing softwares or 3D fashion simulation softwares. You also have a vector editor. That is, you can change the skin of your avatar, the hair, the eyes, the expressions. You can customize your avatar anyhow you want it to be able to suit whatever style that you created, whatever your clothing line is, to suit the kind of, you know, people you want to be wearing your cloth line. You can just edit your avatar very well with Optitex. The same goes for the first one I mentioned, Style 3D too. You can do a lot with your avatar, you know. So that's it with Optitex. Optitex is my number 10. Let's now go to number 11. We are almost done. If you're enjoying what I'm giving out to you, remember to subscribe and to hit the notification bell, and also to like and share this video. Let's now go to number 11. Number 11 is Tukaweb. This is part of Tukatech and Tuka CAD. So it has not just a pattern drafting software, that is a 2D pattern drafting software. With Tukaweb, you can also do 3D simulations of your patterns. This is a YouTube channel where they actually illustrated that 3D simulation of your patterns, you know. So it's almost like the same, the rest, but just to let you know that with Tukaweb, you can also do that. But the challenge I have with Tukaweb is that it's also very expensive. Their subscriptions are expensive. Even the cost to learn their program is paid. But this is just an information for to let you know that there's something like this. You can, you know, do your 3D simulation also with Tuka Web. So now let's go to the last, but not the least, and that is Blender. I put Blender as the last because Blender is an open source software that you can do virtually a lot with, and it's completely free. And you can also render whatever it is that you create with in Blender. You can use Blender to do all kinds of things, not just pattern drafting. not just pattern rendering and all that. You can do every other thing. You can do games, you can do a lot. You can do films with Blender. So I just put it there as number 12. It's something you can just go and find out what you can create with Blender. With Blender, you can create virtually anything. There are a lot of videos online that talk about how you can use Blender to do a lot. So go check it out. It's something I'm sure you can use to do some 3D rendering. That is my number 12. If you've watched so far till now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've gotten one or two things. Maybe I've mentioned some that you're using. If I've mentioned any that you're using, drop your comment. How difficult is it for you? How easy is it for you to use? If there are some I've mentioned that you've not even heard of, then go ahead and check them out. You might be able to do one or two things with it, especially if you are a fashion business owner. Remember that this is the future of fashion. 3D simulation, 3D softwares is the future of fashion. So it's something that we need to learn. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that this video has added value to you. If that is the case, remember to subscribe, remember to hit the notification bell, and remember to like the video. And if you will, remember to buy me coffee. There is a link below this video for you to do that. At least to appreciate the work that I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching. Till my next video.